Good morning, Panthers. Welcome to your favorite show where I'm going to be your new host for today. My name is Georgie, and today I'm joined with a couple of familiar faces. I have Jacob Harrison, I have Brian Gibson, I have Jared Gunong, who is a first-time guest on our show.
Yep.
So as you might know, I am not from the United States of America, and so is
Jared.
my guest, Jared Gunong. Today we're going to go over some minor differences that I've observed in my time in the U.S. between this country and the rest of the world. So just for a start, I want to ask you, I've gotten the impression that Americans have a kind of unhealthy obsession with entertainment. Can you kind of help me understand a little bit?
I wouldn't say it's unhealthy. I would say it's a necessary amount of enjoyment and entertainment.
Yeah.
Just like Americans get bored really easily, they need something to keep them busy.
I mean, one thing that really caught my eye over the last couple of months was I was watching an American football game, which is quite popular here, I found, and I found myself seeing Taylor Swift a little bit more than I would like after every couple of possessions. So I want to kind of see what you would think about this.
You're not the only one.
Yeah.
She's on TV too much.
Yeah. All the girls love her though. Gives them money.
The Swifties need to stick to their music. Stay out of my football.
Yeah, word.
Yeah,
I agree.
You agree?
I'm there to watch people throw footballs and run touchdowns. I'm not here to see Taylor Swift, because if I want to see Taylor Swift, I would have gone to YouTube or Spotify. Feel me?
Yeah, I agree with that. And would you say that American football is a lot more popular here? Would you say that it's people in Singapore and the Philippines?
Oh yeah, I would say so. Like, of course, there's people back home that know about American football, but it's nowhere near as popular as it is here. Like, it's a big deal, like, every game, and I see people talk about the standings all the time. Like, that's not something that you really hear of back home. And also, like, it's a lot more in mainstream media than it is back home, because where we get our information from sports usually is from, like, Instagram, like, by word of mouth. It's not really, like, on television and the normal places that you'd see it here.
Yeah, and staying on the topic of sports, would you say that you're used to seeing commercial breaks every 5 minutes on TV when you're watching your favorite sport?
No, I'm not used to it. Usually, what we see when we're watching sports is just like the camera pans to the team that's having like a timeout, or just shows the field or the basketball court or whatever sport we're watching, and we don't really see commercial ads.
Yeah, so kind of explain me, what's the deal with commercial breaks?
If there's ever a chance for advertisement, they're gonna put it in there no matter what.
It's about getting money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Does that make you feel upset that people are trying to get your money out of you?
I mean, I actually didn't know that they didn't show ads around. Like, I didn't know it was just a here thing, so I'm kind of jealous of people that don't have ads.
Very eye-opening.
It's not really that we don't have ads. It's just like the ads are more like, let's say if we're watching the NBA, the ads are strictly from the NBA. Like, we don't see like Mountain Dew ads. We don't see like whatever ads that you guys see. I don't know. Yeah.
You mentioned Mountain Dew. Another topic that kind of caught my interest is the concept of flavored water. That's something that I found out about pretty recently. It's not like we don't have it where I'm from, but I would say it's definitely not as popular. So kind of explain to me, like, it's something that I struggle with. Can't you just drink normal water?
Well, if there's any way for water to not taste like water, I feel like I'm gonna take that opportunity to drink cherry water instead of water.
What's wrong with
Well,
water?
I think like Americans get like bored really easily. Like, kind of like with the entertainment, they just like want something new, so they just go to flavored water.
Yeah, it was like my first time seeing flavored water here. I remember like one of my first 2 days here.
Yeah.
One of the kids at the door, Brandon Fitzsimmons, he kind of put like some flavor into his water, and I was so confused about it because I've never seen that. So I had to ask him really quick like what that was, and it's just to make the water not taste like water, which I really don't get. Like, I get that different water tastes different, but like, water's water, you know, you're drinking it for the water, not for the flavor.
Exactly, I agree with that. I think it's unhealthy because I had a couple of bottles of flavored water yesterday, and I found myself drinking a lot more than I would like. A lot more water than I probably should have.
It's not possible.
You can't have
Yeah, you
too
can't
much
I think you
water.
can. You can.
Yeah,
have
you can.
You can't have too much water.
Water's good for you.
Yeah, too much of everything's not good for you, man.
Yeah.
No.
True. Gluttonous.
Staying on that topic, something that I've noticed is the sizes of foods and drinks here are something to talk about. How do you feel that when you go to like your favorite fast food place and you get like a cup and it's like this big, like how does that make you feel?
I'm not complaining.
You know,
I personally like the big portions.
you do.
Yeah, but I could see like as like you guys see like
Yeah.
Americans as bigger people in general. But like yeah,
I mean that is a
that's
trend.
what Georgie said.
That is a no, I didn't say this. It's a
Yeah.
stereotype. I would say. Personally, I'm not complaining about the portions. I think it's good to get more for your money, but I feel like sometimes it's excessive. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I feel like bigger portions, like for the price, I feel like you really get a bang for your buck. But I'm not like, I get why people in America would like bigger portions. Like it's not something that's I would say is bad. I just find it like a little bit cool, you know, that they serve really big portions here.
So I think this is the perfect time to cut to our other segment where all our guests are gonna compete in a 3-point shootout.
Oh.
State.
Hello, I'm your host, Daniel Alicia. Today, we're here in the Den. The Den. Here we have Jared JG Gunham.
What's up?
How are you feeling today, Jared?
I'm feeling good. I like my chances, but I'm not gonna get ahead of myself.
Staying humble, I see.
Yeah,
That's
got
good.
to.
Okay, he's going first, and then we have 2 other candidates, and we'll see who wins.
Oh, that's all. Oh my God! That was bad. Money ball.
Okay, here we are at the top of the key. We got Jacob Harrison here, second place. What happened there, Jacob? You made 3 shots in a row, and then you missed the
Shots in a row,
last 2.
choked on the last 2. The money ball wasn't that hot.
Yep.
Is he gonna make that? Oh, that's good. He's right back in.
All right, Brian, you're tied here at 5. You hit the money ball there, and Jared is in first with 8 points. How do you feel about that last shot?
You know, I got hot towards the end. I hope I can carry that heat over here, but I'm not a corner shooter, but it's in my DNA to shoot, so hopefully I can pick it up right here.
Let's see. Jacob Harrison is out. I wonder how Austin Gill is feeling about this right now. He'll have a field day with this later. Here we have Brian Gibson and Jared Gungao tied at 8 points. You know, I put a lot of money on Jared here to win this. Let's see how it does.
Hey, don't get nervous now.
Brian. Hey, Brian, make it. Come on.
I got ice in my veins. Ice in my veins. Oh! He shot 3, right? Yeah.
The turnaround in the century. Who would have thought of this? Brian came up from nothing here with 1 point at the beginning, and he ended up winning it all. How do you feel, Brian?
You know, everyone doubted me, but I knew I had it in me. You know, it's in my DNA to shoot, so I had a lot of confidence.
That's good. That's good. And with Jared staying humble.
Do I get to say something?
Yeah, you can say something.
Hats off to these guys for putting up a good fight. You know, I'm not much of a trash talker. I just like to chirp a little bit so that it gets a little bit of fun. But hey, they won fair and square, and good for them. I wish them good luck for the rest of the season.
Back to you.
Back to you.
Welcome back to the show. We're gonna pick up right where we left off. We kind of mentioned a little bit about the differences between portion sizes of food and drinks. So kind of going off that topic, what would you say is your average, if you go to like a McDonald's here in Sandusky or anywhere in the United States, what would you say is the size of an average, like a large drink? You could kind of just show with your hands.
I would just say about that tall.
Well, like 80% of it's ice.
Yeah, 80% is ice, and it gets like starts smaller and then goes bigger.
That's how they get you right there with all the ice. You gotta go. I make the Coke with light ice.
Yeah, light ice is different. Or no ice, because they're
No
outside
ice.
cold. Yeah.
Do people usually, like, if you tell them no ice, are they gonna react? How are they gonna react at the restaurant? Are they gonna be unhappy?
Some people might find it weird.
Yeah.
I personally like it, but some people might be like, some people like just to eat the ice.
You like to eat the ice?
Some
Weird,
people do.
yeah.
A little weird.
Some people, yeah. And what about in Singapore? What would be a large drink?
I would say like the smalls and the mediums. I can't really tell the difference, but the large is definitely like, it's a little bit shorter, but the largest here are also like a lot like bigger. Like they fill up more space.
They have more volume.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. And also the thing is like you can get more drink here, cause over here I realized that you can refill your drinks for free without having to pay. But back home you gotta pay to like have refills and stuff, and you gotta pay to ask for like less ice and stuff. So
Yeah, I
you
think-
definitely get more drink here.
I think it's nice to have more drink, to have free refills. I think that's something the world could incorporate.
Totally agree.
More countries could incorporate. I think that's a place where we can all agree that the U.S. is superior.
Agree.
Yeah. So on a side note, I kind of want to bring something up that caught my attention last week. We were at the Walmart here in Sandusky, and I remember walking out, and there was somebody sitting in his car, and while he was sitting in his car, there was a Walmart employee bringing his groceries and putting it in the trunk of his car. That really caught my attention. I kind of had to pause for a second and witness it all happening, unfolding. Would you say that this type of laziness is something that a lot of people here would relate to?
I don't know if I call it laziness.
Convenience? Would you call
It's a convenience. It's
convenience?
like every other week you get the Kroger click list. This is what
Yeah.
you do. People put the groceries in the back of your car. You know the world's a scary place. I'd rather someone else find my groceries and put it in the back of my car than me have to scavenger for the food.
But what if like they mess it up? Would you then have to like walk back into the store?
Well, it
Wouldn't
could-
that like defeat the whole purpose?
It could just be like very useful for like people that have like disabilities
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I agree. I think that's
So we just put like a little trust in the worker maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, but
How do you feel about this?
Personally, like me personally, I'd rather have like accountability for my own stuff.
Mhm.
I wouldn't want anyone else to be touching my stuff, especially like maybe this won't apply to locals, but as someone that's an international, like I'm not like used to the area around here, so if anything goes wrong for me, I'd rather be the one that's responsible for it than have someone else do my stuff for me. And also like back home that's not really a thing because Singapore is like a really small country, but we are so like densely populated, so it wouldn't make sense for people to have cars. So although there's like a lot of people that drive, like not many people drive to get groceries because there's usually a grocery shop like 2-3 minutes away from where everyone lives. So like people would just like bring their own groceries home. Like there's no one really to load them in.
Yeah, I do think that's a very mature approach. But on Jacob's point, I think it could be something that's used for disabled people or people with difficulties with walking.
Yeah, that's valid.
And some people don't have time. Some people
that's true.
coming from all over the place.
It's true. I think it is a convenient thing, but I think as long as you don't misuse it or overuse it, I think it could be healthy.
Yeah.
And this is the end of our show. I want to thank you for joining us on our second edition of Good Morning Panther in 2024, and see you next time.